Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the Coaxium Cantina. I'm Benjamin,
And I'm Aidan.
and in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the character of Cara Dune and what happens to her next. Now, if you didn't know already, yesterday on the 11th of February, we got news from Lucasfilm that the actor Gina Carano had been fired from Star Wars. Now, this is not, I just want to clarify, this is not a whether she should or shouldn't have been fired or not discussion. This is simply to do with her character, nothing else. So, I've got some points to make that I think are the likelihood. There's three options. They kill her off.
Yeah.
They recast her. And the third option is kind of the same as the first option. They just write her out of the story, like she was never there. Now, apparently, Cara Dune was supposed to be the headliner in the Rangers of the... Is it Rangers of the New Republic or Rangers of the Republic?
Whatever. I think New Republic.
Apparently she was supposed to be the main character in that, which the character could still be, but it won't be Gina Carano. But it's also rumoured that Iden Versio is now the main character in that show. So Aidan, what do you think can happen with Cara Dune?
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go off your backing and say the writing out of the story. However, while she's obviously not going to be in it anymore, I feel like they could still make it work with the Rangers of the New Republic, because they can write her out of the Mandalorian story and say that she's in that, and maybe when the Rangers of the New Republic actually comes out, maybe they could reference her once or something like that. But that's probably the easiest way to do it, because they don't actually have to show her in that. But as long as they reference her and give backing towards what we saw in The Mandalorian when she actually became a member of the New Republic, then that would kind of give us an easy way of her phased out.
Yeah. I think it's a shame, because I thought the character was really good.
Yeah, no, I liked her character.
And it was a really good concept as well. Like, she was a survivor from Alderaan, and she like that bit in the finale where the Imperial was like, I was there, and then like he literally just got shot in the head.
Yeah.
I think the character is a really good concept and a good character as a whole. So I think if they completely get rid of her, I think it's a massive shame and a massive waste of potential.
But I suppose at the end of the day, they've got to work with the real world scenario.
Yeah. Obviously the other option is recasting her.
But then recasting nowadays is a really weird subject, because unless it feels right, it very rarely works.
It's not like there's even a time gap as well. So it's like, oh, this is just an older one, an older version. If it's in season 3, it's gonna have to be like pretty much the same.
Yeah. Have they filmed any season 3?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that's the issue though, because there's not many but it's going to be really awkward if the actor looks nothing like Gina.
Yeah, I think in the end they will do a phase out, because bear in mind what we're theorizing is that season 3 of The Mandalorian will be all about Mandalore.
Yeah.
Seeing as how he doesn't have the child or anything like that,
I
And
mean,
I feel like,
she's not necessary to the story at all.
yeah, I feel like that's a kind of story where if it's being backed with Mandalorian lore and culture, I think we're going to have enough to go off without a lot of cameos.
Yeah,
So I
unless they
think
build
we'll actually
another
work fine.
character for Rangers of the Republic that is based off the same concept as Cara Dune.
They might do that, and to be fair, that might work as well. But I think if this whole Iden thing is real, I think that would receive better feedback than having Cara Dune, even though she became quite a popular character.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, and as we said before, that she's. I don't think she was crucial. Definitely not to season 2.
Mm.
I would argue not even to season 1.
Yeah, it was kind of that backing of allies
Yeah.
again.
Um. But so they could easily write her out the story.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. Maybe this is just an idea off the top of my head here. They could do something like, because the planet they were on, which she was now a marshal of.
Yeah.
Oh no, because no, I was about to say they could do something with Starkiller Base about how just the whole planet goes, but then the first test of Starkiller Base was in The Force Awakens, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you sadly you couldn't even do like a Rise of Skywalker and say it was one of Palpatine's Star Destroyers because that obviously wasn't there yet.
yeah, exactly.
No, I think it will just be a from the
I think it's a bit harsh to
Mandalorian
the
side.
character
It
if they just kill her off.
Yeah, it will be harsh, but as I say, real world kind of
Yeah,
working with it.
you could just CGI it, but
You could,
I doubt that A, Disney would want to CGI it.
yeah.
B, I'm not sure about the legal issues of CGIing a real person.
I think from the Mandalorian aspect, they'll give her an okay send off, I'd say. Probably not her in person because she's obviously not going to be there.
Yeah.
Um, but they'll give her a send off as in a decent reference saying of she's gone off to properly fight for the New Republic,
Mm.
and then from the new Rangers side, we'll get a reference to maybe like halfway through the series, there's someone like, oh, blah, 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 Commander Dune is doing this. So,
Yeah.
kind of solidifying her position within the universe, whilst at the same time kind of not really giving any attention.
Mm. I think it's just the fact that Lucasfilm, I think it was Lucasfilm that quoted saying something like she's been taken off Mandalorian and any future Star Wars projects.
Yeah.
Like there were plans for her to do more within Star Wars,
Mm.
which is a shame, really, because again, as I said, the concept of the character was really good. You know, she's a shock trooper. Things didn't go well for her for the rebellion. Her home planet was blown up. What what did she get given when
It
the
was a medallion.
was that from Alderaan? Was that from
No, it was from the New Republic Ranger. I'm not sure if it was a badge or a medallion or what it was, but it had the Republic logo on it.
yeah? It's a shame really because she had a great she had feel like there was potential there for a
Yeah.
really really good character. I think if um if they're gonna do Rangers of the Republic, I think they might create a new character, but
Mm.
with the same concept. Maybe not, exactly a shock trooper, but
Someone who has the same kind of premise.
yeah, from Alderaan and stuff like that.
Mm.
So yeah, um, so without Cara Dune, what impact do you expect Mandalorian season 3 to have?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna create that big an impact because at the end of the day, she was an ally and he'd only really kind of enlist her help when he was like in serious danger.
Yeah,
But the allies he has now, I mean, in fairness, Boba Fett and Fennec have gone off, but they're kind of still, they know him, and now he's under like the kind of alliance of Bo-Katan, who
yeah,
is quite a big character. And I mean, at the most, I'd say we'd probably see him going off and seeing Grief Karga again, but then he'll
mhm,
probably do the, oh, she went off to fight.
yeah.
So we,
I
I
mean, that was
don't
another
think
thing
it'll
I was
be
that was
that
another thing I was going to
substantial.
say, that Grief Karga could be used as an explaining tool
Yeah,
for um
where she's gone.
to kind of say where she's gone and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the easiest way, to be fair, because they were always together. So if
Yeah,
she's off, it's an easy way to write her out.
yeah. I'm just I feel like if you write her out, I'm not sure if that's going to be accepted. Like there are people that complain when people do lazy writing and stuff, and that is a very lazy way of doing it.
No, I
But
know,
at the
but
same
this,
but at the same time, it works, but it's a very lazy way of doing it.
it is, but at the end of the day, it has to be done. It's going to be one of those things where, as we say, Mando is going off to do something new and important in this new season. Well, we hope.
Yeah,
And it just doesn't seem like a journey that's going to need the help of the allies we've gotten to know so far.
but I
It
guess it.
feels like it's mainly about his journey in this one.
Mm, I guess from a positive spin, at least it's almost confirmed. I guess I'm gonna say confirmed that the Mandalorian is now going to be about the Mandalorian,
Yeah, yeah, it's
not
going to have sole
not
focus
Baby
on him.
Yoda, not Cara Dune, not anybody else, but the Mandalorian. Not Boba Fett because he's getting his own thing. Not Ahsoka because she's getting her own thing. I doubt Luke Skywalker will come back.
No, that was a one-off cameo.
So it's almost like Mandalorian has got center stage to do what he wants,
Mm.
and
Um,
that's what people want from the Mandalorian.
Because bear in mind, we it, the last time we properly got that kind of sense was season one, episode one. Like he was ruthless. If you
Yeah,
remember, went into the bar, chopped a dude in half with a door, like had a massive fight, and that was like that proper bounty hunter esque thing that we
yeah,
all wanted. And
hmm
now we get to go back to that, but now we have the backing of, we know his character, he's had development, so
yeah,
he's an even better character, but we get to go back to that cool and savage kind of fighting.
and everything's pointing towards Mandalore now, isn't it?
Exactly.
So that
And
will
the
be
dark
an
saber.
interesting. Yeah, because I mean, without getting into season 3 predictions, but that's basically what we're doing anyway. Um, it, it's now Bo-Katan really who's taken the Cara Dune role. I would expect
Kind of, yeah.
because you have the dark saber, and then I'm guessing Bo-Katan's going to be like Mandalorian's. Don't want to call her a sidekick, but
Uh,
second
Advisor?
character. I don't know. Helper.
Yeah. Well, bear in mind, I think we have already said this to be fair, but Mando has grown up as a child of a extremist group of Mandalorians, so he doesn't exactly know proper Mandalorian culture. And of
Yeah,
course, Bo-Katan would, so
Yeah,
it's
and I
going to
feel
be
like
a kind of learning point for him.
Bo-Katan could be a lot more, uh, could be a lot closer to Mando in terms of believing the things that he believes,
Hmm.
telling him well, not telling him what's right and wrong, but explaining the history of Mandalore as well.
Yeah.
Also, I've just thought, how old is Bo-Katan? Because she was a teenager in the Clone Wars.
No, she wouldn't have been a teenager. I think she was around the same age as Satine.
Ahsoka. Oh yeah, Satine.
Yeah, I think she was
Yeah,
around the same age as Satine, so she would have aged around the same way. And I'd say that Satine was the same as Obi-Wan, I think, or a bit younger, maybe. They were along the same lines, I'd say. So whatever Obi-Wan is, uh, in A New
in episode.
Hope, you can kind of work upwards from that. I don't know. That's a very loose prediction, but
Yeah, but Obi-Wan in episode 6 though, because Mando is after episode 6.
no, I know. But he's obviously dead at the end of A New Hope, so you've got to work off that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Bo-Katan age in Mandalorian. Um, is Bo-Katan is at least in her 50s when she appears in the Mandalorian, if not older.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What would you say Mando's age is then? I mean, this has nothing to do with Cara Dune and
I'd probably say 30s, 40s, maybe.
36 to 38, apparently.
Nailed it.
Fair enough. So she could be kind of like a Mandalorian mentor
Yeah.
to him, rather than Cara Dune being more of a friend and
Mm.
not really an influence to Mando.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, at the end of the day, she was just an ally like Greek Karga that he went to when he needed help, and that was usually just to do with the child. So
yeah,
he's in, even if Cara Dune was still in, this would kind of be a subject where she'd be just not necessary for because she's not Mandalorian, and we wouldn't expect that she'd have any knowledge of Mandalorian culture.
yeah.
So
So she's kind of useless anyway.
yeah, but that is, of course, if season 3 is exploring Mandalore.
Yeah, which if it's
We
not, it's a massive mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I still have hope anyway. They have done amazing so far with the
I mean, a
writing of
live
the
action
show.
Mandalore would be awesome.
It would be.
It's
But
probably behind a live action Mortis, but
oh, don't
that's a
don't
different
don't
topic
get me
altogether.
started.
Um, yeah. So, anything else on the whole Cara Dune
um,
proceeding?
I think it's a shame, but at the same time, I think with what we're predicting this new season to be, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
Yeah,
That's probably my
I don't
closing
think
point, I'd
anybody
say.
watches Mandalorian thinking that they want to watch Cara Dune either.
Yeah, and I mean, with reference to these other shows that are coming out, you might end up getting people who are just, if not better than her, just like her.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I
plus,
think
I
if
mean,
you gave the audience a choice between watching Bo-Katan and Mandalorian or Cara Dune and Mandalorian, I think
yeah,
they're going to go for Bo-Katan. So yeah,
yeah.
thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts on what happens next with Cara Dune. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.